Okay guys, let's get real for a second. I know all you Nintendrones out there are willing to give any excuse for Nintendo not announcing games. Oh, it's COVID, it's understandable. Oh, they're working on stuff, it's gonna be announced soon, just be patient. But there's absolutely no excuse for the lack of major Nintendo Switch announcements up until this point. The only exception to this is the Paper Mario announcement. But having one major game announcement from Nintendo in 2020 when it's July is just fucking insane, okay? Let's look at this logistically. The last major Nintendo Direct was in September of 2019. That's almost a year ago. In that Direct, the two major announcements were Super Nintendo games coming to Switch Online and the Xenoblade Chronicles remake. That game has since been released, and also it's a remake, which I think lowers the quality of the announcement. Obviously, it's a great announcement, but it's not a brand new game. The next Direct is in March, which is a mini, and it has a lot of really good side announcements, but no big Nintendo hitters. And now we are in July 2020, and we absolutely have no idea what Nintendo is planning to do for the holidays, and the only major releases we have is Animal Crossing, which was supposed to come out in 2019, so if it wasn't delayed, what the fuck would have we had instead? And then Paper Mario, and then obviously the Xenoblade remake and a couple ports like the Fire Emblem SMT crossover, which is all good. It's good that they're announcing those things, and it's good that they're releasing those things, but this amount of output from Nintendo, even with COVID-19 in mind, is just completely unacceptable. It feels like 2016 Nintendo, when there was a lack of releases because the Nintendo Switch was releasing soon and they were kind of phasing out the Wii U. But this is happening when the Switch is in its prime, selling millions of units and doing extremely well, on top of the fact that now Nintendo isn't releasing any more 3DS games. So all their game development should be tunneled theoretically into this one console, the Switch. Yet the lack of releases this year is on par with the final year of the Wii U, and at least during that time 3DS was going strong. We don't even have that to fall back on now. Now, I don't mind that there's not a bunch of releases in the first half of the year. Nintendo was never known to release a bunch of major games in the first half of the year, and I'm fine with waiting. But my major issue is the lack of announcements. Even if the game release schedule was the exact same in an alternate universe as the release schedule currently is right now in reality, if in that alternate universe there was announcements about the games that are releasing during the holiday, maybe some updates on Breath of the Wild 2, maybe some updates on Metroid Prime Federation Force, maybe some confirmation on a port of Pikmin 3 or a port of Super Mario 3D World, I would be 100% satisfied. It's just that we don't know what's coming out, and I'm so tired of seeing all these fucking videos from these Nintendo YouTubers where they are so desperate for a new Nintendo Direct to come out, saying, oh, there's a rumor it's coming out in July, oh, there's a rumor it's coming out in June, oh, there's a rumor there's a Direct in May, there's a rumor there's a Direct in April, there's a rumor there's a Direct in March. All these YouTubers can do is cling on to rumors about a Direct coming every other week, because there's absolutely nothing to look forward to as a Nintendo fan, and considering how well the Switch is doing, I find that completely insane. Nintendo is really dropping the ball, and I think it's time for hardcore fans to be outspoken and voice their concerns about the lack of transparency. I know a lot of Nintendo fans and a lot of Nintendo YouTubers are like, hey guys, give Nintendo a break, give them time, they will deliver, and I'm sure they would deliver like 3 years from now, looking back, there'll probably be a lot of good games released. I have no doubt that the development teams on Nintendo are doing their best, but my issue is with the communication. The communication with Nintendo is complete dog shit. Having a major game like Paper Mario be announced 2 months before it releases may be a pleasant surprise to some, but also with the lack of announcements, I find it completely unacceptable. If this game was announced maybe in an April Direct along with some other games that we don't know about that will come out in 2020, I feel like that would have been much better than having us literally at the edge of our seat and then all of a sudden having a new game announced and released within 2 months. We need something to look forward to, and not just as fans, but from a business perspective as well. I'm a major Nintendo fan, and I've never really grown up or played too much PlayStation, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm way more hyped for the PlayStation 5 and all the games coming out on that than anything in regards to the Switch. That's a problem, and Nintendo needs to fix it. Thank you guys for listening.